Hey everybody, I'm here to share something really exciting with you guys that I just recently learned about. Well, actually, Wade and I recently learned about it because of our book, The Wildcard Kids, A Journey to Magic. It is an amazing app that will take your read alouds seriously to the next level. It is going to blow your mind. It will blow your students' mind. When Wade and I first heard about this app, we found it on Shark Tank, and our jaws literally hit the floor. And so when we decided to write our first children's book, The Wildcard Kids, we contacted this company and asked them if they would make our book part of their library. And that company is Novel Effect. They have a free app for both teachers and parents that literally writes a soundtrack to children's books. It has sound effects, it has music behind you that will take your read aloud and literally bring it to life for your kids or your students. So I wanted to share it with you guys and show you how it works. I also wanted to give you a little taste of it because Wade and I previewed the Wildcard Kids soundtrack, well, I call it a soundtrack, at our book release party, and literally people had tears in their eyes, jaws were on the floor. It's that amazing, and it is free. So I wanted to show you how it works. So the way this app works is all you have to do is download Novel Effect to your phone. You're going to click on the app. There are so many different book options, choices that you can have for books that you already have in your classroom. They have such an amazing library, but I'm going to swipe over to my favorite current kids book, which is The Wildcard Kids. I am going to click on it, and then I'm simply going to press play. The amazing thing about this app is it is like Siri or Alexa. It picks up your voice. You don't have to tell it to turn the page. You don't have to click a button. You just get in the moment with your kids or with your students. You read the book and watch the magic happen. All right, so you ready for some story time? I'm going to show you how this app works using the Wildcard Kids. So here we go. I'm going to press play on the app. And it begins. The Wildcard Kids, A Journey to Magic. Let's see how this works. Here we go. When the final bell rang on Friday, Maverick rushed to Mrs. Wild's classroom. She had asked him to help her after school. Maverick was surprised to see 4 other kids there: Zion, Piper, Zach, and Sky. Isn't it amazing? Like the music in the background just kind of sets the mood for everything, but it gets better. Mrs. Wild smiled and pushed up the big red glasses that were sliding down her nose. "Thanks for helping me, everyone," Mrs. Wild said, handing Piper a key. "I need you to get 5 boxes from the storage room in the basement. Look for the green door." "Follow me," said Zion. As they were leaving, Mrs. Wild called after them, Don't dawdle, and remember, you have the power to make our own magic," the children said. It was one of Mrs. Wild's favorite sayings. In the basement, Piper opened the green door with the key and flipped on the lights. Sure enough, in the storage room, there were 5 neatly stacked boxes. "I wonder if this is heavy," she said, nudging a box with her toe. Bang! The green door slammed shut behind them. "Oh no, the key," Piper said. It was still in the lock on the other side. They tried the door, but it wouldn't budge. "We'll have to wait for Mrs. Wild to come looking for us," Sky said. "Hey," Zion called to the others. "There's another door over here behind the shelves." Zion pulled the shelves away from the wall. Sure enough, behind them was an odd-looking metal door. It creaked as Zion tugged it open. "Come on," cried Zion. "It's a way out." Sky was not as confident or as adventurous as the others, but when she realized she would be left behind, she followed the others through the metal door and down a flight of stone steps. So I love the sound effects. I love that it mixes in music with the story behind it. So good. "Wow," said Maverick. "What is this place?" The kids were in a huge open cavern. Crystals sparkled in the stone walls. A beam of light filtered down from above. "Remember science class," said Zach. "Caves are formed over thousands of years as trickling water dissolves the stone." Piper was impressed. "Science must be your thing," she told him. So I could continue reading, and obviously there's going to be sound effects and music throughout the whole book. What I love about this is that, as all good teachers do when we're using read alouds in our classroom, we can stop, we can have those really great conversations with our kids, allow them to make predictions, draw inferences, but it doesn't affect the story. and it doesn't affect what novel effect is going to add to your read aloud. So I'm going to show you how, even if I were to skip ahead a couple of pages, it's going to pick up right where I left off and make the story super magical. So I'm going to skip ahead. Well, actually, I'm going to read one more part from this, then I'm going to skip ahead to my favorite character, Sky, and show you how it works. So here we go, where the kids are about to be transported into this magical land. There was a clap of thunder, a rush of air, a swirl of colored lights. Maverick felt himself spinning. He closed his eyes. What was happening? Boom! When Maverick opened his eyes, he was sitting on the ground in a dense forest. "Is everybody okay?" called Zion. "Just dizzy," said Piper. Slowly, they all stood up. "Where in the world are we?" asked Zion. "Look," Maverick said. "The wild card is telling us what to do." So you can see, as the scenes change, the music change. As characters have changes in emotion, the music also changes along with it. So I'm going to skip ahead just a little bit because I can't give away the whole book. And I'm going to skip to my favorite part, which is the scene of the trolls. It is where Sky learns to get up and go for it. So here we go. The children walked through a strange landscape of rolling hills and valleys. Soon they heard an odd sound in the distance. "Someone's having a loud conversation," guessed Sky. "More like an argument," said Maverick. As they grew closer, they could see a group of trolls fussing around a campsite. They were arguing over which of them deserved a pie filled with wriggling worms. "Disgusting," said Piper, rolling her eyes. She pulled the wild card from her pocket where she had been carrying it. The instructions were clear. You must settle the argument. The trolls didn't even notice the kids had joined them at the campsite. Sky felt unsettled. Conflict was not her thing. She thought of something Mrs. Wild always told the class. "Get up and go for it. Stand up when you're talking. Make your voice heard, even when it seems like no one is listening. And don't let the world silence you." Sky hopped up on a tree stump. "I can settle your argument," she called out, "but I won't say a word until I have your full attention." One by one, the trolls turned around. They wanted to hear more. When every troll was quiet and looking at her, Sky continued. "You all deserve a piece of this pie," she told them. "You can share it and enjoy it together instead of fighting over it." Whoosh! The wild card whirled and worked its magic. When it was done, Sky was wearing a superhero too, wearing the letter G. "I got my power when I decided to get up and go for it," she told the others. As the trolls greedily devoured the worm pie, the group of friends noticed that once again, the wild card had changed. The card now had a section with the letter G filled in to match the letter on Sky's chest. Maverick tucked the wild card gently into his belt, and the group of friends continued on their journey. So, like me, you probably want the story to continue, and that is what is so powerful and so incredible about novel effect, because we know that we know that read alouds have such an important place in our classroom, and we as teachers, we use those voices, we use sound effects ourselves, we try to really bring it to life. But what I love about novel effect is it does all of that for you. You can still have the fun voices, you can still have a lot of fun with your students, because of course you want to teach them all about inflection and all of the important read aloud skills. But I love that this makes magic with read alouds in our classroom. And so again, it is a free app. What they are doing for teachers and for parents alike is incredible. I know I'll be using novel effect for all of my read alouds in the classroom. It is free for you. All you have to do is download the app. I just wanted to show you how it worked because, once again, it is so amazing. So we would love for you to purchase the Wildcard Kids for your classroom. It takes your students on a journey with 5 other kids in the book that teaches them the power of some of life's most essential skills. And try out novel effect with it. It is sure to create one of those moments that your students are going to remember forever. So give it a try. Novel effect is the app. Let us know what you think. If you've tried it out, let us know in the comments below what you think about the app. And we can't wait to hear more from you and your kids as you read The Wildcard Kids, A Journey to Magic. Bye, everybody.